Welcome back to EBT Performance Pakenham, the home of Squids Speed Shop. Today we're working on this 2023 Lowrider ST, and we're just going to do a simple stage 2, get it ripping the way that it should. So I'll put you on time lapse, you can have a little bit of a watch, and we'll see where it comes out at the end. So we've got the cam out, push rods out, oil pump out. I'll give you a little bit of a close-up in case you haven't seen the side. So there we go. Inner cam bearings out at the minute. We'll put an upgraded one in. And now I'll give you a run through of the parts. So for today's build, the customer has chosen to go on with the S&S camshaft kit. Consists of a 475 cam, the chrome adjustable push rods. Comes with their high performance lifters, the tappet cuffs, as well as their upgraded oil pump and cam support plate. It's a really nice bit of kit. Really common upgrade for the early model M8s. Later model M8s, not as necessary, but it still looks good, so we'll put it in. So we've been through the parts, except for the exhaust, which I'm holding off towards the end. It's one of my favourite looking exhausts, and it performs pretty damn well too. So stay watching for that. I'll put you back on the time lapse. I'll get this wrapped up so I can jam out to some music, and then we'll be ready for the dyno. So we're working out on the t-shirts, trying to get stuff together. One of my favourites so far is the Wastelands for all you lone wolves. It's hopefully they'll be available soon. The next one is quite popular with a bunch of my friends. I know it's a bit of a teenage dance, new metal look. And lastly, everybody's favourite, the classic. So if you're all interested, have a look on the website, come into the shop, hopefully they'll be ready soon. Cheers. Now while the last lifter bleeds down, I'm going to have a break, get something to eat. If you wouldn't mind, like, commenting, subscribe, all of that stuff. Make me look good in the algorithm, that'd be much appreciated, and I can keep showing you what I've got going on here at Squids Speed Shop. If there's anything you want to see, you want more detail, questions, man, put it in the comments. So we're back, lifters bled down, given a bunch of rotations, I've got oil pumping through, everything's looking good. I'll put you back on the time lapse so I can listen to some tunes and we'll get cracking with the reassembly. So I've kept it a secret from you as long as I can. Here it is. Check out the Bassani Supermoto. This is my favourite exhaust pipe. Mainly for its looks, but it doesn't perform half bad either. I just used this to reach 150 horsepower with stock heads and no case boring. You can see that on Old Not Dead's YouTube channel. It was a blast. So I have this pipe on my personal bike, and the customer has chosen to go with it for his. Make sure that you clean the stainless to perfection before you start it up. That's a tip for players at home. That any residue that you leave on these stainless steel exhausts will leave witness marks when you go to start it up. So make sure it's thoroughly cleaned, and first start up is where all the fun happens. Starts to golden up everywhere as heat gets through the pipe for the first time. So now it's time for run in and dyno tune, and we'll see what sort of power this thing makes. Alrighty guys, let's give it a start up. So that's a wrap with dyno tuning today. Really happy with how smooth, how much torque it's making. The exhaust pipe is goldened up nicely. Have a look. Come through. Ooh. Now, a lot of people would say it's not the best 2-in-1 on the market, and it's not, but I think it's the best looking. And you can be damn sure if it was my own bike, I'm not going to ride anything without heat shields. Sick of destroying pants and boots. But come have a look. So in today's heat and the mugginess, we got 116 horsepower and 138 foot-pounds. Now this is all done in 5th gear, and I think for 2-in-1 that's a really nice torque figure. Start out at 120, peaks around 3.5, and then just tapers off. Now, with these exhaust pipes, you can definitely get a little bit more horsepower out of them if you take the fiberglass heat packing out from around the muffler. But even then, you don't gain that much. Most people are expecting, you know, top-end horsepower gains. The modern 2-in-1s by Bassani and S&S, they seem to be torque down low pipes, and they're not carrying it up top. Just to compare, I've got a dyno run here from yesterday, which was 114 Lowrider S, 475 cam, the 55mm intake, and Freedom 2-into-2s. Just so you can see where the 2-in-1 picks up power and loses power. So I'll show that to you. So here we go. Blue line being the Bassani 2-in-1. Red line being the Freedom 2-into-2. And you can see the 2-in-1 just wins everywhere. Everywhere up until 5,000 RPM. Then we get a little bit extra out of the 2-into-2. And so realistically, we're picking up 11 numbers for the sake of losing 6. Some would argue that that's more area under the curve, and so therefore that's faster. So although the Bassani 2-in-1 doesn't end up being a dyno queen, it's definitely a ripping pipe. So what I'm going to do now, so now I'm going to finish cleaning it off, give it a test ride, and then get it back to the customer. So you'd be doing me a great service if you like, comment and subscribe. So go check out the website, squidspeedshop.com.au or ebtpakenham.com.au. They'll both take you to the same place. Look for me on Instagram and Facebook. And if you noticed in the video, the t-shirt that I'm wearing, I'm working on them. They're coming out soon with a couple of different designs, a couple of beanies. So make sure to stay up to date for when they release. Cheers.